Looks like a vampire game. It's about time we got a proper open-world action-adventure vampire RPG. The Blood of Dawnwalker is an insanely ambitious upcoming game being developed by Rebel Wolves. It kind of flew under the radar for many people, and with the gameplay demo just around the corner, I figured now's the perfect time to talk about it, and more importantly, why the Blood of Dawnwalker deserves the hype. In fact, there are 4 big reasons why you should be hyped for it, and I dare even say this might end up surpassing The Witcher 4, and we'll talk more about that in a bit. Anyways, there's video chapters for easy viewing, so feel free to jump around, and without further ado, let's just dive in. This is a dark fantasy narrative-focused RPG set in 14th century medieval Europe. There's a plague spreading and vampires, the badass vampires have come out of the shadows to seize the opportunity, taking control and imposing some kind of blood tax on humans. It's a unique premise and a fresh take on the vampire genre, because this time instead of fighting in the shadows, the vampires have taken over. And not just that, other creatures and monsters have also emerged. We see this weird mechanical thingy in the trailer, and considering how werewolves and vampires usually go hand in hand, I've got a feeling that they might show up as well. The setting is dark, gritty, and unforgiving, and I'm here for it. Now, this is a passion project from people who made The Witcher 3. And one thing I absolutely loved about the game was how there were no clear right or wrong choices. So yeah, we're in for some seriously morally great choices here. And actually this line here pretty much confirms it. Is your soul worth the love? I can't even read. Is your soul worth the lives of those you love? I'm pretty sure they're gonna make you care deeply for the characters and then put you in some kind of unforgiving situations where you'll have to make some grim choices. We're gonna dive deeper into this in just a bit, but yeah, I'm really excited to explore this world. Cohen is the main protagonist, and he's trying to save his family in a world that's going straight to hell. Now the big bad vampire Brances turns Cohen into a vampire, but here's where it gets really interesting. Cohen does not become a regular vampire, he ends up becoming a Dawnwalker instead, a human during the day and a vampire at night. Now there's a reason why he can't turn into a traditional bloodsucker. Before all hell broke loose, Cohen used to work in silver mines, and that long-term exposure to silver or silver poisoning is what causes him to transform into a Dawnwalker, which also means no more wooden stakes, it's silver and sunlight, or maybe holy water. And honestly, this is way more badass than just another traditional vampire. Coin also has a bloodthirst meter, and if you don't manage it properly, he can lose control. I just love the beast within trope, and that's why Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones is still one of my favorite games to this day. Being a Dawnwalker doesn't only make the character more compelling, it also opens the door to layered and unique gameplay mechanics as well. And this whole idea is paired with day-night cycle, which will play a pivotal role in gameplay, and we'll discuss that in just a bit. Now the thing is, while most AAA games keep pushing out shit nobody wants or nobody's want, Coin feels like a step in the right direction. And it's great to see more characters like Cliff and Coin on the horizon. Hopefully we'll keep getting more of these going forward. Now, based on the trailer and some information we got, Brances is the main antagonist. Now, he's basically turned the place into a chicken coop, only humans are the chickens. In the trailer, we see Brances cure Cohen's sister from the plague and maybe keeps her clothes or something like that. Anyways, Cohen, the Dawnwalker, has 30 days and 30 nights to save his family. Now, there are 3 things here. This is a total Frankenstein's monster dynamic, and you're going up against your maker. You might have to fight these 4 as well before getting to Brances. Brances is not just any vampire, he's the oldest and most powerful, so he'll probably wipe the floor with you. Now what's super interesting is this right here. Fight for your humanity or embrace the cursed powers to save your family. So yes, there it is. Either save your humanity at the expense of your family or be a monster to save them. Which, by the way, is another way to lose them because they might end up hating you for what you have become. There might be some kind of humanity system like the honor system from RDR2. Don't really know for sure since I'm just reading between the lines. So yeah, a grain of salt is recommended. Anyways, from what we know so far, the bloodthirst mechanic is tied into the story in a pretty smart way. If you don't manage it properly, you can end up killing civilians or even a very important side character. I mean, just imagine, you are starting a quest, talking to someone, and suddenly you just lose control and kill them, failing the quest just like that. That would be pretty funny, not gonna lie. But it also raises a big question. How are they gonna manage that? I mean, if you mess up and kill a character central to the story, how does the story keep going? Now, there might be a ton of side characters and alternate paths to push the narrative forward, even if you screw up. Either way, it's a really interesting feature and just shows how much thought and effort they're putting into this. Blood of the Dawnwalker seems to be a very character-centric and layered narrative. So yeah, safe to say, we're getting a very interesting protagonist, a badass antagonist, and some genuinely great side characters. Alongside the RPG elements, this game will feature two distinct playstyles for Cohen, depending on the time of the day. During the day, you'll have to rely on human weapons like swords, as we can see here, while at night it's all about your vampire powers, claws, teleportation, superhuman speed and strength. We also see Cohen synchronizing the map in the trailer, so maybe there's some type of prototype style jumping or parkour involved as well. Anyways, the wait is almost over and I'm really looking forward to the gameplay demo. Now there are two core mechanics they seem to be focusing on: the day-night cycle and the 30-day time window to save your family. Initially, that time limit got me a little worried that maybe there is some kind of in-game clock, cause with a game this promising, I'd like to take my time and explore, but they are approaching it in a different way. So here's how it goes. Doing the main quest progresses the time. They're also saying they've blurred the lines between the main quest and the side quest. So yeah, any quest you do might end up progressing the clock. Oh, and this also might mean that there's no automatic day-night cycle. And this is actually very interesting, because if there's a tough quest during the day, you can't just wait until nightfall to use your vampire abilities. You'll have to take it on as a human, and I freaking love that. It balances the game, it forces you to adapt, stops you from leaning too heavily on vampire powers, and when you do get those powers back, they'll feel more rewarding. But despite all this, there are still a couple of concerns. The Blood of Dawnwalker is being developed on Unreal Engine 5, and the games built on it have this really Unreal Engine-y feel to it. Can't really put it into words, but you'll know what I mean. Now the thing is, The Witcher 3 is one of my favorite games of all time, but gotta say, I wasn't a big fan of the progression system. Being unable to do main quests cause you have a lower level was really annoying sometimes. Then there were a lot of menus, skill trees, potions, and 17 different versions of the same damn sword. And I know this might be blasphemy, but the combat wasn't that great, and the overall gameplay was kinda clunky. Geralt was supposed to be this badass monster slayer, but somehow fighting humans felt harder than fighting actual monsters. That never made sense to me. And then there was the whole Cyberpunk 2077 mess, so I do have a few concerns for Blood of the Dawnwalker, mostly around progression, combat, and overall gameplay feel. Personally, I think simpler mechanics usually make for a better experience, you know, less is more. But here's the thing. The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk were made on Red Engine, and that's obviously very different from Unreal Engine, so we don't really know what to expect. Also, at the end of the day, nothing's ever perfect, and the game might have its problems like any other game, but I'm pretty confident these guys will give us a polished game. I know a lot of eyes popped when this showed up. Rebel Wolves is a studio born out of passion for RPGs. It was founded by Konrad Tomaszkiewicz.
Sorry, Conrad.
And also includes some other people who worked on The Witcher 3 with very polished names. So yeah, Rebel Wolves might be a new studio, but these people do have a solid track record. Now what's funny is this. They dropped the trailer for The Blood of Dawnwalker just 1 month after The Witcher 4 trailer. And to be honest, The Witcher 4 trailer was just mediocre. Maybe it's because I'm just sick and tired of identity politics, race and gender swaps, and franchises getting butchered with awful writing. Now this Siri chat thing wouldn't even be a problem if every other big game wasn't doing the exact same thing. Seeing yet another girl boss lead, especially in a Witcher game, was seriously disappointing. And it gets even worse. This thing is a lore developer or something for The Witcher 4, and I can't even wrap my head around why would they need a franchise and lore developer when the franchise and lore is already developed in the books and games. We don't talk about the show here. I mean, that's Ubisoft level of bloat here. Made up job titles filled with people who have no business of being there. I'm pretty sure the writers would be perfectly fine, even better, without the involvement of this. And we've already seen what happens when people like this have any control over the writing.
So, I'm non-binary.
Should I call you Mister?
But yeah, great move hiring someone to work on games who hates gamers to begin with. No hopes writing for this one. Now the thing is, I was left wanting a Witcher 4 trailer despite getting a Witcher 4 trailer. And then these guys just came along and said, here you go. Now this is what I'm talking about. This trailer is more Witcher than the Witcher trailer itself. I mean, just look at how badass this is.
I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death.
And I am chaos. killing monsters. This is how you make a trailer. Anyways, good luck to Rebel Wolves, and thank you for watching. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you liked the video, and really interested to know what you think about the Blood of Dawnwalker and The Witcher 4. Until next time, take care.